Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Conversations about Priesthood. As always, my name is V, and I'm really looking forward to today's conversation because I'll be having a conversation with Douglas, who is an area dean in the Diocese of Birmingham. Is that correct?
Yep.
Wonderful. So I'm looking forward to it. Well, hello, Douglas. It's lovely to see you.
Hello, lovely to see you, Vanessa. We have met several times, haven't we, in different settings and different contexts. It's nice to see you.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Would you be happy to just very briefly introduce yourself?
Good, I will. My name is, as you heard, Douglas, or Father Douglas. I obviously serve as an area dean in Handsworth and Central, that is in Birmingham. I've been ordained now for 11 to 12 years, served as a vicar for St. Andrews for 6 years, then priest in charge for 3. And I've served all my ministry so far in the Diocese of Birmingham, trained at Westcott in Cambridge, and the stint in the United States of America. Originally from Africa, from Zimbabwe, but I've been in the UK for the last 22 years.
Wow, gosh, a wealth of experience. And you're also in the General Synod, which is fantastic.
Yes, just this is the first time I've been on General Synod, so I'm still finding my way, through the whole maze of what one needs to know and understand. But it's exciting all the same.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to delve straight into it. I'd love to hear from you. What is, your understanding of priesthood?
For me, to be a priest is such a privilege. I think, to be either called or to be encouraged to be a priest is one of the greatest kind of roles or gifts that one can really have. And for me, my understanding is a priest is to be somebody who is a person of prayer. One, and also secondly, somebody who walks along others as they encourage, as they support them in their walk of faith. That's what a priest for me does. And also a person who is there to advocate for others, and encourage others in their journey of faith. For me, that's the hallmarks for me of a priest, a person of prayer, but also a person who encourages and supports others who are on the journey of discovering what God is doing in their own lives and in their own context and their own situations.
Yeah, and I loved what you said about a person of prayer. I think that's really pertinent. Thank you for highlighting that. And that actually, in a way, kind of leads me into the next question, sort of centered around what would you say from your experiences have been some of the joys, but also some of the challenges of priestly ministry?
Good. I would say probably they're in terms of numbers, they're equal. Some of the joys for me have just being there for others, but also just imagine presiding at weddings, journeying along with somebody who is on their deathbed. For some it might be a scary experience, but actually it's a life-giving experience. Journeying with somebody you've known for quite some time, who's been poorly for quite some time, and they're ready to go home, as it were, just facilitating that and presiding at their funeral. Also things like baptisms, wonderful sort of occasional offices of baptisms and so on, and how it brings people together. So those are some of the highlights, really. Preaching, leading in worship, that really, makes me joyful and happy. Those are some of the high points. Some of the challenges are obviously, it's a pressurized role. For me, there are not enough hours in the day. The demands on your time sometimes are excessive. Is one has to manage some of those demands. Those are some of the pressures. And also, if I might be, sort of blunt and be honest, people are not easy to deal with. The challenge is also dealing with human nature. Because people, when they come to church, they view church in a different way. Church is where they want things to remain the same. And if you are a priest who wants to advocate change, you are bound to meet some resistance. You're bound to meet some challenges. And you people are complex, and as a priest, you've got to manage that. So those are some of the few challenges. But by and large, I'm enjoying my ministry and hope to, to enjoy my ministry until God calls me. hope.
I love that. Yeah, especially when you spoke about, people, ministries about people, we're working with people. I mean, obviously I'm not a priest, but even in my role as a lay licensed minister, I work with people, and I love people, but people can also sometimes be a right pain, because I can be a pain as well. So
We
yeah,
all can be.
yes, absolutely. Well, one final question is actually one of my favorite questions that I love to ask people. Do you have any words of wisdom or encouragement for people like myself who are currently exploring whether God is calling them to priesthood?
That's a good question, really. I mean, there are many things I could say, but I think one of the most important things is be true to yourself. Okay, be genuine about your sense of call and your sense of vocation. God has probably put inside you a gift, a certain particular kind of cause or call, and I think the explore that more intensely, and be true to that vocational call that God has placed within you. And if you do that, then you what it means is you're authentic. And when you're authentic, then ministry flows.
Yes.
Don't try and force things. If God is calling you, genuinely calling you, be open about it. And be as authentic as you probably can be in every situation you are in. Be truthful and be authentic. And people will see through that. People see through that authenticity. And that gives you gain respect as a result of that. And also you enjoy your ministry. So for me, authenticity is the key thing.
Yes. Authenticity is a key, and that's really, again, really vital. I've had quite a few conversations with a couple of priests, and one of the things that always tends to come out from a conversation, they always say, just be true to yourself, be authentic, because at the end of the day, people will see that authenticity, but they will also see if you're just trying to fake it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So thank you so much. This has been a brief conversation, but really helpful. And I mean, I've definitely found this to be really helpful, really encouraging, and I'll definitely watch it back again. But I'm sure for those of you that are watching or that will be watching, I know and I hope that this will be an inspiring conversation, a conversation that will be helpful to your journey as well as you continue to explore whether God is calling you to priesthood. So until next time, see you then. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. God bless.